Aery Sky Castle describes itself as a, quote, very unique flight game featuring a little bird that discovers an unknown world, unquote, and a, quote, story-driven adventure to discover and rescue a broken world, unquote. This is the fourth Aery game to be released on the VCS, so not exactly unique, and while both Broken Memories and Journey Beyond Time suffered from technical and other issues, Sky Castle definitely achieves its premise of being a broken world. I want to like the Aery games, but each one after the first has left me wondering whether the quality of the game warrants a stronger negative statement on my part. This time around the game is more ambitious than ever, and that has a lot of potential. However, it appears at least one of the levels is simply unable to be completed. I thought it was just me, but other VCS owners are also reporting an inability to complete that level. There's at least one other level I was unable to complete as well, although it's hard to say whether that's due to me simply not finding everything, or if it has a similar issue where locked feather nodes don't unlock as they should. In the last two Aery games called Broken Memories and Journey Beyond Time, you searched for feather nodes, about a dozen or so per level. This time around, there are also nodes trapped behind barriers, and unlocking the barriers means hitting a bunch of what I guess I could call sub-nodes. These nodes look similar to the nodes that create a checkpoint on the level, but even beyond that, finding a node mostly doesn't remove it from the map, except for the times it does. Instead it sits there, slightly more empty but still glowing, making the search for unfound nodes a somewhat frustrating experience. But it isn't just frustrating node searching that brings Sky Castle down. Just like in Broken Memories and Journey Beyond Time, some levels suffer from significant rendering problems, killing the frame rate and making the gameplay chug in a way that makes it hard to steer the bird. The serious issues with the gameplay are a bummer, in part because the game is much more ambitious than previous Aery games. The worlds are much larger, and there's even an overworld where you travel around heading into the various levels instead of a level select screen. The story has more going on this time as well. You're a wizard, working to rebuild a fantasy castle, and decide to turn into a bird to do it. The voiceover is pretty good, and the graphics, when not rendering poorly, are at times drop-dead gorgeous. In particular, I really liked a world where I was flying through a dark castle, but in general the graphics are the absolute best part of the game. The music is the same that plays in previous Aery games. I would prefer a unique soundtrack, as having played 4 of these games now, the music, while chill, has definitely worn out its welcome. I hate giving a game a bad review, but at the same time, I paid $10 for a game that appears to simply not be able to be completed with recycled music, poor rendering, and an overall frustrating experience. Even if I'm totally wrong, and there is a way to complete the game and I'm just not finding it, Sky Castle still isn't worth recommending due to recycled music and significant technical issues. I feel like the developer must care, since the game feels too artistic to be called shovelware. But if it wasn't for that artistry on display, I'd seriously wonder whether I was buying a product not actually meant to be good. Having now played 4 of these games, I would warn VCS owners to steer clear of this series, except for Little Bird Adventures, which I found short, sweet, and a lot of fun. Hopefully the developer can correct the technical issues and blocker bugs in the future, and if they can, the game's graphics alone would make it worth checking out. Thanks for watching. I'll have more videos in the coming weeks, including a look at the new Centipede Recharged, so if you like what I'm doing, please give me a like and subscribe if you want the videos in your feed. Have fun!